It is said there are two ways to be fooled. The first is to believe something that isn't true, and the second is to refuse to believe something that is true. So I'm going to give you a bit of background. I think right now, things aren't looking very good. Banks are kind of falling apart. Crypto sounds more like kryptonite. Startups have started. I don't know where they're going. But it wasn't always like this. It wasn't always doom and gloom, or hitting towards doom and gloom at least. There was a time when you pretty much could do anything and raise money. And I was quite distressed by this. I would tell people and they just say like, you're a Chicken Little. You don't understand. These people are building things you'll never understand. And I'll be like, okay. And then my mom just went, you give these people too little credit. Maybe one day you should try it and see how hard it is. So I did. I created a fake LinkedIn profile. So yes, this is my Michael Disick story. So obviously, I had a hypothesis going into this, which was very simple. If you were confident and you had something that people wanted, they were not going to do any due diligence on who you were and what you stand for. So I made a profile that had so many red flags that if anyone just looked at it for 5 seconds, they would know something was up. So to give you a clue about what those red flags were, I work for a company called DK Investments, which is short for Das Kapital Investments. The icon of the company is a picture of Karl Marx. I know a lot of companies out here today have the ethos of maximizing shareholder value. For me, I think of my losses as a way to redistribute wealth. So that was the name of my investment company. Now, you don't get to work at an investment company without some experience, so I worked at other corporate companies like Enron. I did waste management there. Apparently, the auditors and myself, we needed to shred these documents quite quickly. So that was how I got into the investment game. You can't just start an investment company. You have to have experience first. And yeah, but I went to a good school. I went to California University, which doesn't exist. I mean, it was good. I learned about art there. I learned how to draw balance sheets. I was a creative person. I made the numbers up. So yeah, so anyone who bothered to look at my profile would see all these things and go, hey, this guy is a phony. And guess what? I created a PowerPoint presentation explaining to people exactly how I was a phony. How each point in my LinkedIn profile should set off alarm bells when you choose to connect with me. And that is my featured post on my LinkedIn profile. So how do you think I did? Well, I needed a few friends to help me out, actually. I couldn't just send blind connections. So I had 10 friends, and a few of them are in the audience. And as you know, when you go on LinkedIn, you need skills. And you need to endorse those skills. So my friends helped me endorse my skills. I let LinkedIn choose skills for me, which was quite impressive. The top skill LinkedIn believed that I had was doors. I do not know what doors are, what skill it has, but don't worry, my second skill was escalation. So, networking, natural, I get it. But yes, so they endorsed my skills and they opened up my networks. But I figured, hey, all the red flags, whatever. What if I use a photo of myself? I mean, people know who I am, I think. And if I send requests to people who I worked with or went to school with, they'd go, who is this guy, Sam Ram? Hey, isn't he Nandan? Like, isn't he a guy that I know? So I did, and no one ever said, hey, when did you become Sam Ram? So, okay. And so I managed to make a connection with people quite easily. If you were a blind connection, I would say I could make a connection 1 out of 2 times. And if you weren't a blind connection, I'd say 80% of the time, I get you. So to prove my point, I actually connected with every one of the speakers here. So yeah, when they asked me what's my story about, I said, hey, it's got a little bit of a shock factor, so I'll let you know when I tell it. Anyway, thank you so much, and the next time you receive a connection request on LinkedIn, be sure it's not from me. Thank you.